very pleased to introduce Malcolm Hicks. And his title of his speech is "The Future is Here, Self-Driving Cars." 5 to 7 minutes, non-pathways speech. Take it away, Malcolm.
Usually get Malcolm in the middle, too.
Oh, I forgot that one.
Imagine it's Monday morning and you need to get to work, but you haven't eaten breakfast yet, or perhaps you would like to finish that book. Wouldn't it be great if you could just have a car drive you to work so you could do those things? Well, that future is fast approaching. I'm here today to share with you information on self-driving cars. We'll talk about the levels of self-driving, the technology, and where we're going with some of the technology as well as different considerations that we as a society will have. And at the end, I'll have a tip for you. What is self-driving? It's actually as the name describes, but it is driving that allows for the occupants of a car to get to a destination without interrupting the driving and arriving there safely. There are actually 5 levels of self-driving, and believe it or not, what's this? I'm gonna have to do it here. Believe it or not, we've actually been experiencing self-driving since the 70s when cruise control came out. And so we've had other advances since 1990 and the 2000s with lane assist and collision avoidance detection. Level 2, which is actually where Tesla is today, provides some parallel parking or assisted driving down the road. Level 3, 4, and 5, we have yet to actually experience in the world, but they're fast approaching. Level 5 will be completely autonomous where you don't have to do anything. The car will take you exactly where you need to go. So how does the technology work? There are 3 different kinds of technologies. The first is vision-based. And vision-based is from Tesla and uses cameras on the car. There are about 9 cameras that are on the car that captures and records this information and sends it up into their AI model. And then they're updating the software that sits in the car, and the car uses cameras to know where it's going and what it can do in the surroundings that it's in. The pros with this is that it is cost effective, and it also can handle complex situations very well. But it can struggle in low light conditions or treacherous driving conditions. The next technology is LiDAR based from a company named Waymo. Waymo was spun out of Google. Waymo are robo-taxis, and if you've seen around town these cars that have these cameras and like a big dome on top of the car driving around town, that is Waymo getting ready to begin to introduce robo-taxis in the Dallas market. They are in San Francisco, Phoenix, and Austin, and they'll be expanding into 10 cities during the remainder of this year. What's really great about LiDAR is it produces a very accurate 3D experience for the car to be able to respond to anything that's happening in its immediate vicinity. So it's just a different type of technology. The con with it is that it can be expensive. And then even recently, it did struggle with a power outage when San Francisco went without power. Even the street lights went down. All the Waymo cars just stopped. There's a lot of cars in San Francisco, and you can imagine the traffic jams that just stopped. So it's new technology, and it needs to be broken in. Next is hybrid, and this is coming from Mercedes-Benz and NVIDIA. So they use lasers and models as well, but they have a more sophisticated AI infrastructure with NVIDIA's chipsets and computing infrastructure. And so they will be the first to actually begin to approach level 3. And it has more human-like reasoning, but it too can be costly and it too can struggle with weather. So what are the considerations that we have for this new technology. The first is weather-based. All these cars struggle with low light conditions, rain, ice, snow, but I think also human drivers struggle with that as well. Next will be cybersecurity. These fleets, as they grow, they're going to be more and more connected. The bad guys are always looking to make trouble, and so it creates a larger surface area for people to come in and introduce challenge and mayhem, or probably look to pull money out of the system in one way or another. Third, and this is the true measure of what success will look like for self-driving, is human safety. On American roadways, 44,000 people a year die behind the wheel of a car. This is the real potential promise with self-driving, that we can lower human fatalities. So where are we going? In 2026, the robo-taxi Waymos, they will expand their service, and Tesla's begin to create their cybercabs in the middle of the year. In 2029, we're going to begin to see more mainstream adoption, and other companies like Zoox, Uber, and Cruise will expand as well. We'll begin to see level 4 autonomy. And then in 2031, 90% of the premium cars that were sold will have level 3 autonomy, and there will be some portions of the US that we will have true level 5 autonomous experience in self-driving cars. Interesting though, that as this new technology is introduced, there is the possibility, because we won't have property as much, that the local municipalities will charge on miles. So we'll see how that works out. So what is it actually like? I push the button in my Tesla and put in an address into the car, and it's going through a neighborhood that I had never been in before. And it's using the maps here in the car, as well as the software that's in the car. And it takes us down the road, and it's using the cameras, and as it approaches the stop sign, the cameras are looking around at what's going on. So this has it's never been here before. And it knows where it needs to go, but it's using the cameras to see what's around it. So if you'll notice the steering wheel, it starts to turn completely on its own, and it accelerates in a very smooth manner, and you just go down the road. It's a wonderful experience. So in conclusion, we've learned today what is self-driving, the levels. We've learned about the technology, some considerations, and where the technology is going. And so my tip for you, if you'd like to experience this self, just go to a Tesla dealership and ask to have a test drive. You may just walk out of there with a Tesla.
Thanks, Malcolm. That was a really good introduction to self-driving cars. I really like the video. Well done.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Greenville Avenue. Now turn right onto Greenville Avenue. In 500 feet, turn left onto Blackwell Street. Now turn left onto Blackwell Street. In 500 feet, turn left. Now turn left. Now your destination is on the right.